Welcome back to the Daily Social Distancing Show. Our big story is about Donald J. Trump, President of the United States and the ghost of a Slim Jim. So let's catch up on his latest coronavirus adventures in our continuing coverage of the pandemic. The lockdowns have been hard on many people, but it's been especially hard on Donald Trump. Because this is a guy who used to spend every day playing golf, or holding rallies, or flying to different cities around the world like an ignorant Dora the Explorer. But thanks to COVID-19, he spent the last few weeks stuck at the White House with nothing to do, except argue with the ghost of George Washington and build forts with all the intelligence briefings he's supposed to be reading. So Trump has been itching to get out of the house. And yesterday, he finally made it happen with a trip to Arizona, where he toured a factory making N95 masks as part of the federal government's response to the pandemic. And for a trip meant to highlight coronavirus safety, things got off to an awkward start.
This was the president's first trip during the coronavirus pandemic, and we quickly learned there are a lot of new rules for the road. Governor Doug Ducey welcoming President Trump on the Sky Harbor tarmac, Trump going in for the handshake and a head fake, then settled for a backslap. Senator Martha McSally went for the air elbow bump, then a mock hug from Congresswoman Debbie Lesko.
Sweet Lord in heaven, that was a disaster. That looked like every time a white person goes in for a handshake with a black person. Is it we're gonna do the what? Oh, are we gonna explode? All right, you know what, you take the lead, my brother. You know, it almost looked like Trump was messing with the governor of Arizona.
Handshake? Psych, you idiot. Don't you know there's a pandemic? I can't wait to tell Fauci about this one.
Also, what is the point of avoiding a handshake if you then wipe your hands all over the other guy's suit? I mean, at that point, you're just using him as a corona napkin. And you know Trump is gonna lie about this if he's asked.
The handshake went off exactly as planned. It was a perfect handshake. Read the transcript.
But after that masterclass on greetings, Trump and his entourage moved on to the Honeywell factory, where they were given a grand tour of the machinery that helps to make the masks that are being shipped around the country. And you may have noticed that even after Mike Pence's faux pas at the Mayo Clinic, Trump decided not to wear a mask while walking around the mask factory. And look, I know he's worried about how he looks, but that makes no sense. I mean, the mask would literally be the least distracting thing on Trump's head. Everything else needs like 9 hours of explanation. Now, the White House's defense is that the president doesn't need to wear a mask because everyone who comes into contact with him is given a rapid coronavirus test. And if that's the case, maybe Trump should be hosting rallies right now. Yeah, because think about it. Then everyone who touches him will finally get access to a test, and then boom, America's testing problem is solved. Do we even need Fauci? I feel like I'm doing all the work. But clearly Trump was feeling invincible yesterday. Because not only did he raw dog the air, he also did something that he's usually too afraid to do. An interview with someone who doesn't work at Fox News. And immediately, they asked him about why his administration had such a slow response.
Don't forget, the cupboard was bare. The other administration, the last administration, left us nothing. We didn't have ventilators. We didn't have medical equipment. We didn't have testing.
You know, you're 3 years into your first term. What did you do when you became president to restock those cupboards that you say were bare?
Well, I'll be honest, I have a lot of things going on. We had a lot of people that refused to allow the country to be successful. They wasted a lot of time on Russia. That turned out to be a total hoax. Then they did Ukraine, and that was a total hoax. Then they impeached the president of the United States for absolutely no reason.
Yeah, according to Trump, he spent 3 years not preparing for a pandemic because he was distracted by all the scandals he created. Even if Trump did have a lot going on, you gotta admit, man, that's a shitty excuse. You're the president. That's kind of the nature of the job. Whoa. I just wanted to run the country. I didn't know I'd have to multitask. And how's Trump gonna blame Obama for not having tests for a disease that didn't even happen yet? It feels like any time Trump needs an excuse, his go-to is Obama. He's probably been doing this since he was a kid.
Donald, why haven't you cleaned your room? Mom, it wasn't me. It was Obama.
Who the hell is Obama?